So, today I'm going to talk about how to find your life purpose. This is something Amundra had asked me to do last year, and it took me some time to come around and summarize it in a way that I'm going to do today. Now, there are many ways to find your life purpose, and I have tried many different ways, like Simon Sinek's Finding Your Why, or there is this um, lady who works on life purpose. Her name is Celestine Chua. And I have tried her method of writing down the things that brings you joy until you have found the one that makes you cry. I mean, these two methods have worked for many other people, but it didn't work for me. So, how the structure of today's session is going to be is first, I'm going to help you understand how to find your mission statement, which summarizes your purpose in one sentence. The second is how you are going to live that mission statement. And the third is, what are you going to do once you have found your mission statement and the how? So we are going to spend a little bit time on the what part, what you are going to do with it. It is going to be a journaling exercise. So have your pen and paper or digital notepads ready if you want to do that. So let's start with the mission statement. Now, I believe if you're watching this video, then chances are high you already understand the importance of finding your life purpose. Usually, it happens when you have spiritually awakened and you are really looking for your life's meaning. So, I'm not going to go into much detail about that. So, how do you find your mission statement? An example of a mission statement, say, for example, if I state my mission statement is to remind others who they are. That's my mission statement. And who are people? They are source, they are God, they are all that is. So, in order for me to be able to do that for others, I need to know who I am because I'm also source, I'm also all that is. So, my entire life is a journey of finding, believing, becoming, realizing who I am and that connection with source. And once I have learned how to do that, I'm here to help you realize that you are source too through example, by leading through example. So this is my mission statement. So how can you find your mission statement? Now there may be 100 billion ways to do it. I can only talk about the one that has worked for me. So back when I was desperately looking for my purpose, trying to find who I am and what I'm here for, trying to discover myself, that time I used to think about what is my purpose all day long. I remember being very lost, very depressed, and feeling desperate to know my purpose for almost 2, 3 months. I used to think, okay, how can I find my purpose? What is my purpose? Who am I? And these kinds of questions would like keep on going on in my mind all the time. So I remember when it reached its peak, its intensity. One night I went to sleep early around 9 p.m. I guess, and before I was going to sleep, I was just simply thinking, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Like, seriously, how do I find my purpose? Or could it be this? Could it be that? What is my purpose? And that's the only thing I was thinking before going to sleep. Like, I went to sleep in that state, thinking about what my purpose is. And at 1 a.m., I suddenly woke up and I don't know why I woke up. And I was still in like that half sleep state, like not fully woken up. And suddenly that answer came to me like a lightning bolt. Like I woke up and suddenly the answer I received is to remind others who you are. That is your purpose. Like I heard it clearly in my head. And the moment that answer came through, I was like shocked and surprised, like, wait, what is going on? And I immediately started crying. I don't know why. And like I was crying and I was literally sobbing in that half sleep state, like not even fully awake. And I was wondering, why am I crying? Oh, like it's not even tears of sadness. It's just I'm sobbing out of the blue. And I cried for a long time and allowed that mission statement to settle in. And I could not make any sense of that mission statement until 6 months later. Like even when I found it, it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what does it mean to remind others who they are, because I was still not spiritually initiated. I was not aware of the soul concept, the concept of all that is, the concept that we are source and different aspects of source. I was not aware of those things. So it didn't make sense to me and I kind of ignored it. So the point I'm trying to make here is simply finding your mission statement is not enough. So that is the reason why I'm also covering the other things you need to do after you have found your mission statement. In fact, even if you are not able to find your mission statement, know that it already contains in your heart. Your heart is encoded with your purpose. The heart is the first organ that forms in the body when a fetus is forming inside its mother's womb. And the heart contains the DNA, the whatever you need, your skills, your talent, your abilities that you need to live your purpose is already encoded in you, in your body, in your being, in your soul, in everything. So this is what Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui talks about in his book, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul. He says that there is this physical permanent seed which comes from the higher self, and it is planted in your heart, and that seed contains your purpose. A clairvoyant who knows, like who's a really good clairvoyant, if they stare at your physical heart or your heart chakra, they'll be able to see your physical permanent seed and your life's destiny in 3D hologram. They'll be able to see it play in your heart if they look close enough and see what is the theme that you're meant to play out. So this is what my spirit guides had also been initiating me when I first accessed my Akashic record. This was even before I found my purpose. So my spirit guides, when I accessed to them, I mean, when I accessed them through by accessing the Akashic records, they were like, open your heart center, open your heart center, open your heart center, open your heart center. They mean the heart chakra. And I was like, why are they insisting so much on opening my heart center? Like, what is it? Like, why is that so important? And they said, just do it, and then you will know. So I went ahead, watched a video by Teal Swan on how to activate the heart chakra through mantra chanting. And that has been absolutely amazing. For 18 hours straight, I felt tranquility, happiness, and emotional invincibility. The name of the heart chakra in Sanskrit is Anahata, which means unhurt. So when I activated my heart chakra, I actually physically felt that I'm emotionally invincible, like nothing can hurt me. And when there is no fear in your heart, then nothing can stop you from doing whatever you wish to do. So now when I look back, I realized why my spirit guides were asking me to do this. It is so that I activate my desire to find my purpose and pursue it. Until that, I was looking for the meaning of my life, but I was not fully aligned or initiated to passionately pursue it. So I have shared the link of the heart chakra meditation in the description. And the process to find your mission statement is simply, before you go to sleep, like, ask yourself, what is my purpose? Silently or loudly. You can ask silently in your head or loudly, uh, at least 10 to 15 times just before you're going to sleep. Like, not like if you have a tendency to do other stuff before going to sleep, finish all those stuff. Lie down, and when you are ready to sleep, ready to go to sleep, just close your eyes, and while you are falling asleep in that process of winding down, just keep asking yourself, what is my purpose? 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 Repeating it or thinking it intently creates a strong thought form. And when you create a strong thought form, it manifests faster. So what you are doing is, before going to sleep, you are sending your intention to your higher self or your spirit guides. And when you are genuinely interested, when that intent is coming from a place of genuine curiosity, you will find it. So The repetition is going to make the process easier. And if you're not able to find it in the first try, I would suggest you stay at it for at least a month, because some of you have such like tough uh, limiting beliefs and negative thoughts that even though you are sending out your intention to your guides, it doesn't manifest or the clarity doesn't come because you have other negative thought forms that is blocking the view, that is not allowing it to manifest in your psyche. So when I did this exercise, I did not have any blocks. That's why the answer came at one try. For some of you, the answer will come in one shot. Some of you might have to try it a couple of days. Some of you might need to do it every day until it comes through. Now, I will be very upfront and blunt about this. If you have self doubts, or if you have lots of negative beliefs, or if you don't fully believe in it, you're like, really, does it work? Really? Does it, like, will I be able to find it? Maybe I'm not good enough to find it. If you have those kinds of doubts coming up when you're hearing this, then the process is going to be harder, and sometimes you might not get any results at all. So, believing is seen. If you really want to find your purpose, you have to truly believe that yes, it is possible for you to find it. If you don't believe it subconsciously, it will not work. So, before going to sleep, say this 10 times in your head with true intention. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? I want to know my purpose. Or you can also use a different affirmation like, I know my purpose. I know my purpose. I know my purpose. I know my purpose. You can say it like 10, 20 times in your mind just before you're going to sleep when you're in that sleepy state. If you suddenly wake, like after doing this, if you wake up and start opening your mobile or reading a book or whatever, then it is not going to work. So do it only when you are mentally prepared to go to sleep. And what this does is it activates your subconscious, because you are in that sleepy state and in the theta state. So when you are saying something repeatedly in the theta state, there is less resistance to that thought. And you are also sending signal to your higher self that you're serious about it. So in your dreams, you will be given that answer by your higher self or your spirit guides. And once you wake up, don't immediately wake up and start doing something. If you have done this exercise of trying to find your purpose by this affirmation, either one of these two affirmations, either asking, what is my purpose repeatedly, or I know my purpose, either these two, don't mix them up, do only one. And after you wake up, don't wake up fully awake, just stay in that half sleep, half awake state with your eyes closed and say, I know my purpose. I know my purpose answer was given to me. And see if you are able to remember something from your dreams or if the answer comes through. Now, the answer may come through as a clear voice in your head, or it may come through as words and visuals written in front of you in your mind's eye, or it can be a body sensation, it can be a feeling, and whatever way it represents or comes to you, trust that it will be presented if you are sincere and if you are not blocking your own manifestation with your self doubts and limiting beliefs. It will come through. So, whatever answer comes through, even if it doesn't make any sense to you, just accept it and write it down somewhere. Write it down. So, this is how you find your mission statement. Now, I will move on to the how part. So, for example, my mission statement is to remind others who they are. Now, there are 1,000 ways I can live this. There are 1,000 ways I can do this. So, which way am I going to live this purpose in my life? So, the best way I have found personally, I mean, there are many other ways that other people might suggest you, and I'm not saying that those ways don't work, but it has not worked for me. So, I can only speak for myself. The best way is asking a channeler to channel a being for you and to tell you the how. So this is how I got initiated when I asked what my purpose is to a channeler who was channeling a being for me. I was given the answer like by developing my psychic abilities, because I have those naturally in me, and to develop that through channeling, energy healing, remote viewing, astral projection, and all these esoteric things. And when I first received that answer, I didn't fully believe it. I was like, channeling? I mean, I was not ever interested in channeling. I listened to other channelers. I was very interested in what other channelers have to say. But me channeling, like, okay, whatever. But by then, I had already learned pranic healing, which is a mode of energy healing. So when the channeler said channeling and energy healing, I couldn't fully ignore it or deny it either because I had already learned energy healing. And I remember of all the things I have done in my life, just before when I was going to my first pranic healing class to learn it, when I had discovered it, I felt tremendous amount of excitement in my heart. Like I've never felt this excited to learn anything. It was like I can't wait. Like it's so exciting. Oh my God, I'm going to learn something so amazing. So that excitement was like unbelievable. So when the channeler said that through energy healing, I couldn't fully deny that because I have felt that excitement when I was going to learn it. That was 30 days before I did this session. So even though I fully didn't believe what he was saying, I couldn't deny it either because like Bashar or all the beings that I channel says that your purpose will always be exciting for you. You'll always feel excited to live your purpose. That is the sign that it is your purpose because it is printed in your heart and your soul communicates through feelings and feelings come from the heart. So whenever you are excited, you feel inspired, you feel curious, you are motivated, you're happy, you are feeling love or any kind of positive feelings towards something, then that is aligned with your purpose or life's theme. Whenever you're feeling negative feelings, then whatever you're thinking about or about to do is not aligned with your life's theme or purpose. So the soul communicates in very simple ways. Positive feelings, move towards that. Negative feelings, don't do that. It's just that simple. So when the channeler said that, I was like, okay, whatever, but I still didn't believe it. And I didn't know how to bring this information of the how with the mission statement that I had. I couldn't connect the dots. It wasn't until things naturally unfolded and I was looking for some answers to some of the metaphysical things that I'm seriously interested in, like parallel realities. I'm actually writing a book on that. So the link is there in the link below. So when I was looking for answers to understand parallel realities, I couldn't find the answers from the beings that were being channeled by others. So I felt this desperate desire, like I have to know the answer. And suddenly back then, I was like, okay, what if I learn channeling and channel the answers myself? Why wait for somebody else? And suddenly I felt tremendous amount of excitement in me. Oh my God, I can learn channeling. Why will I wait for somebody else to give me the answers where I can channel it anytime? And the excitement built up so much. I took a channeling course and I was able to channel at one try. That also kind of gives me a confirmation that it is my purpose because whatever your life purpose is, it will be very easy and smooth for you. It will not even take many tries for you to learn or do it or start living it. And you will feel tremendous amount of excitement when you're about to do it or you are doing it. Channeling still excites me. So that is how I know it is perfectly aligned. And then when I started channeling, I got the understanding of how the mission statement is tied to my purpose. It is to download metaphysical information from the higher beings and living it myself to become more and more like the source energy and also helping others and reminding them that they are also source. And this is how you connect with your own godliness. So that became clear to me how my mission statement and the how is connected. So there is another way you can also find the how. It is through coaching. So my coach also had helped me understand, have come to that same conclusion, though it was not very clear to me because there were many details missing in it. So you can also hire a purpose coach to help you discover what your purpose is. You will get some direction, maybe not as accurate as a channeled being can, but it will still do its job and give you some clarity. So, to summarize the how part, there are two methods. One is consult a channeler, book a channeling session. So there is a link that I've shared in the description where you can book a channeling session with me. I channel 11 beings like Archangel Michael, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Arcturians, Sirius, and many others. So whoever is a match for you is going to come through and help you understand your purpose when you are doing a channeling session with me. And you can get to know your purpose that way, or you can also hire a coach and ask them to help you figure out your purpose. I've also shared my link for coaching below if you want to coach with me and find your purpose the other way around in the description. So you can check that out, or you can hire whoever coach you're interested in. Now, once we have found out the mission statement and the how part, the point is, what are you going to do with it? So this is the exercise that um, we are going to do today together. So this is a very, very, very amazing exercise that I learned from this famous coach called Rich Litvin. He has written a book called The Prosperous Coach. You can check it out. I really liked the method that he uses in his coaching as well as the one that he described in his book, Prosperous Coach. So we are going to do that method here. I wanted to give credits where it's due. So take out your pen and paper if you need some time. Pause the video and find a place where no one's going to disturb you. So let's get started. Now, if you are wondering that why should I try to find the what before I found the how or what my purpose is, you need to understand that the motivation, the inspiration you are going to derive when you see yourself doing the things that you always wanted to do, the motivation, the joy that you're going to experience through this exercise is going to propel you to go and look for your purpose. That is why we are doing this exercise here. So stay with me. This is going to be an amazing journey. I want you to write down the answer to this question. Suppose you found your purpose, your life purpose, you found out how you are going to live your purpose. Now, what is going to stop you from pursuing it? Write down the answer. Write down all bullet points, all the list of things that will stop you from achieving or following or pursuing your purpose. Take pause the video, take some time to write it down and resume the video when you have finished writing it down. If you have finished writing it, great. Now, once you have written it down, I want you to summarize all the bullet points into 2 or 3 sentences so that it's easier to uh, do this exercise that we are going to do now. This is actually better done with a coach because there you can totally just give the that like you don't have to think about 10 things, you can just focus on doing the exercise. So I would highly recommend doing it with me or any other coach if they are initiated in this method. So, but anyway, you can still do it yourself. Once you have summarized the list of things that's going to stop you from pursuing your purpose, take some time to summarize in 2 or 3 sentences, not more than that, not a paragraph, just 2, 3 sentences, if preferable 1 sentence. Take some time, pause the video and do it. Now that you have summarized the sentence, I want you to remember this sentence. Since I cannot see it, I cannot call it out for you. This is what coaches do in their session. I want you to structure this question. What do I see myself doing when all these problems that you have summarized in one sentence, write that sentence down. Say, for example, I'm worried about money. Say all the problems you condensed it into one sentence, I'm worried about money. Or maybe I believe I'm not good enough. Or whatever you have summarized that sentence into. Frame it like this. What would I be doing when this problem dash, where you put that sentence, is taken care of and I don't have to worry about it? Write down this question. I'll say it again. What would I do when this dash is completely taken care of and I don't have to worry about anything? The dash is filled with that sentence. So let me give an example of how you can write it. Say, yeah, the problems as to what is going to stop you from following your purpose is, say, I feel I'm not good enough. I'm just making it up. Then this question would be framed in this way. What would I do when this feeling of not good enough is taken care of? I've released it or done something with it and I don't have to worry about it. Say if your problem statement was, I'm worried about money. I don't have any money, or I will probably, my purpose will not make any money, or some kind of money related problem. So then this question can be framed like this. What would I do if my money worries are completely taken care of and I don't have to think about it at all? So similarly, use this example to fit in that one sentence into the question. And now I want you to close your eyes and visualize the answer to this question. What would I do if this problem is completely taken care of? What would I see myself doing? What do I see myself doing? And visualize your future self, your future parallel version, doing what you would do if this problem was taken care of. And notice the feelings that you get when you're imagining it, that you don't have to worry about anything. Everything is taken care of, whatever you were worried about. And you just get to live this joy. What do you see yourself doing? What are you doing? Exactly, what are you doing? How are you doing it? What emotions do you feel when you're doing it? Do you feel happy? Do you feel joyful? Do you feel amazing, inspired, excited? Notice that state of being, that emotion that you feel when you visualize yourself or imagine yourself doing it. I want you to write that down. Pause this video and write that down. Okay, if you have written that down, I want you to continue doing that exercise. What else would I be doing when all these problems are taken care of? And I want you to imagine that and notice this happy sensation. What else do you see yourself doing? Imagine that, notice how happy you feel, and write that thing down that you see yourself doing. Pause the video and write it down. Take as much time as you need to take to do this imagination exercise. You can pause the video and resume. Now that you have written it down, I want you to think again. What other things you would be doing? What else would you be doing if everything was taken care of? And I want you to imagine again. Take as much time as you want to imagine by pausing the video and write that down again. Now, I want you to repeat this exercise of imagining and writing down 5 more times by asking this question: what else would I be doing? 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 And see what comes up, what things come up. And most importantly, what is important to notice is your feelings. Your feelings. If you are doing this exercise and if you experience anxiety, fear, or any kind of negative emotions instead of positivity, then you are not doing it correctly. Then you are clouding your process of imagining it with what if this, what if that. That means you have not asked the question correctly to yourself. The anxiety, if it comes up, you need to ask yourself, why am I anxious? Because that is one need that you have not taken care of. So when you're asking this question to yourself to begin the exercise, what would I be doing if all my problems are taken care of? You need to include this need which was creating the anxiety. You have to imagine that that need which was creating anxiety or all the what ifs is also taken care of. In other words, if you're doing this exercise correctly by taking care of all the things that you need or all the things that you're worried about, then the only thing you're going to experience is positive feelings when you're doing this exercise, the imagination exercise: happiness, joy, inspiration, motivation, love. I mean, any and every kind of positive feelings only, no negative feelings. So make sure you are doing this exercise correctly. So I hope you enjoyed this exercise. The what will have inspired you enough to really pursue this life that you saw in your imagination. Because the exercise that you did today is simply you connected to your future parallel version. You connected to a version of you in from the future who is already living your best life. You connected to that version of you through imagination and saw that version, what that version is doing. Now, what you can do is take the steps that you need to take to become that version, to start doing the things that that future version is doing. Now, most of you will face hesitations as to, oh, but the things that I was worried about is not taken care of. How can I become that future version? So all your worries and anxiety comes from your limiting beliefs, your negative beliefs, your traumas, your feelings of not feeling good enough, or whatever worry or anxiety. This is where coaching is so important. You need to work with a coach who can help you release these tendency to worry and restore your self-esteem and confidence that yes, you can do it. I specialize in releasing limiting beliefs or working on different wounded aspect of you, which is preventing you from following your purpose or your highest excitement. So the link to book me is shared in the description below. You can work with me or you can work with whichever coach you are interested in. The point is, once you have found your purpose, follow it. Just pursue it. Your life will unfold in ways that you cannot even imagine. Your definition of happiness is going to change. You will realize that what you used to define as excitement or happiness is nothing, because what you're going to experience once you start living your purpose is your true self. You'll become more of your true self, your authentic desires, and you are going to experience more and more of happiness by simply living your purpose. And all the problems that you're facing now, most of them will be melting away once you start living your truth, once you start pursuing your highest excitement, because your purpose is who you are. It is your highest excitement. Your purpose always manifests through your highest excitement. And how exciting can that be when you're living your highest excitement every moment, every time, all the time? Life just becomes so much amazing. So, to summarize that entire process, in order to find your mission statement in one sentence, what your purpose is, do the dream exercise that I outlined in the beginning. The second part is the how you are going to live that mission statement or bring that mission statement into action. You can do that by consulting a channeler who can channel a being for you and who can tell you that. And I've shared my link as to how you can book a private channeling session with me, where the being I channel is going to give you the answer as to how you can live your purpose. Or you can get to coach with me or any other coach to find your purpose or how you are going to live the purpose. That is the second part. And the third is the what. What are you going to do once you have found it? Which is what you did in the journaling exercise. And once you have found the what I want you to start doing it, if you truly want to start living your purpose, is to start doing the things you have written down in any way, shape, or form to the best of your ability. And if you're facing any fears or hesitation to pursue it full-fledged, then get a coach. You can use the booking link below to coach with me, or whatever way you feel will help you, but don't try to do it alone, because this is where most people don't live their dreams because they feel they can do it alone. No, you cannot do it alone. This is something I've learned through my own experience. It is very hard to find your own limiting beliefs and patterns unless you are already into coaching and you are a coach yourself and you know how to do self coaching. So I would highly recommend to get a partner here, to partner with a coach to help you release those blocks that is stopping you and start doing those things one by one, whichever way you feel or more excited about, whichever points that you've written, whichever ones excites you, start doing those things. And that is how you get initiated in your life purpose. That is how you start living your life purpose. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel and leave your comments below.